So it's September, which for those of you who don't know is the month of my birth. And we're still within the 20th anniversary with Sun and Moon coming out in about 2 months. So I really want to talk some more Pokemon talk. But I've already done the movies, doing the anime would take forever. But I haven't really talked about any manga yet, have I? So who wants to talk about Pokemon manga and that kind of stuff for about a month straight? That's right, for the entire month of September, we're going to dedicate the Dark Library to the various Pokemon manga and stuff similar to it. So, without further ado, let's talk about what is honestly the most prolific, one of the most prolific at least, of the Pokemon manga in Pokemon Adventure, alternatively known as Pokemon Special. Specifically, I'm going to be going over the very first arc in the manga. Yes, this manga is broken up into various arcs. And this one in particular is the Red, Blue, and Green arc, based upon the first games in the series, Red and Blue in America, Red and Green in Japan, so overall the arc is called Red, Blue, and Green. This is mainly because I wanted to go over the various arcs individually, because each of them deserves to be talked about because they're all really so good. So yeah, because it's the very first one, this is the basis for all of them. So the plot here is pretty basic, and it still takes its own take on the Generation 1 games, with Red, of course it's only Red, not Ash, being a gun trainer from Pallet Town who goes off on a journey through Kanto. Of course, as he continues his journeys, he encounters Team Rocket and fights a number of gym leaders. However, the plot isn't about Red conquering the gyms. In fact, he only officially takes on about 2 gym leaders throughout the entire arc. This arc is more about Red's journey as well as the battle with Team Rocket, encountering them a number of times, with Team Rocket being a more active threat in this version in their attempts to create Mewtwo, take over Kanto, and make a lot of money. Red isn't alone in this journey, as he forms rival with Blue, or Green in the Japanese version, with Blue being a far better trainer than Red at first. In fact, that's what sets Red off on his journey, the realization that he isn't as good as he thought he was. Secondly, there's Green, or Blue in the Japanese version. See, it's very confusing. A bit of a thief who goes around pretty much trying to steal secrets and profits from Team Rocket. Or is she? Green's an interesting character, as her design is based off the original concept for a female trainer that was scrapped from the original Generation 1 games. On top of that, a lot of her character stuff is something that we really can't get into until the third arc in the series, Gold and Silver, and even then not fully until the Fire Red and Leaf Green arc. Don't let the fact that this plot is very simple to detract you, because if you're a fan of action, you'll find plenty of it here. There's a lot of action in this series, and making it probably one of the more action-packed Pokemon manga, with plenty of battles with Red's various Pokemon and actual strategy and planning for the various battles. For example, how long it takes for Pikachu to charge up his electric attack in actual battle, the effects of what the trainer's actually wearing, people attacking trainers and Pokeballs. That's right, there's this basically a strategy to keep Pokemon from coming out of their Pokeballs by attacking the Pokeballs themselves, and various other strategies that people use throughout the entire series. Of course, it's not all serious, but plenty of fun jokes here or there, and a few lighthearted chapters, especially so early on for the franchise. And of course, there's always that good old filler that's very prevalent in Pokemon material. As I said it earlier, this is a very simple arc, and for the very beginning of this manga, it works being simple. It's the same Generation 1 we all know and love, with some tweaks here or there, and it works for what it is. Later arcs in the manga series add a bit more depth and nuance and character stuff here and there, even add some stuff to Red and Company in later arcs, but for what we have here, it works. It works really well. I have read and reread this arc personally over and over again, not just for this review, but because I simply enjoy it. So if you can't tell, this is a highly recommended series, and this arc in particular is also very recommended. It's not my favorite arc in the manga series, we'll be going over that eventually, but I do have to say, pretty much every arc in this manga is really great to read, so if you ever get a chance, pick it up. So yeah, that's it for this one, but we'll be back next week with more Pokemon manga. So until then, see you next time.